Vibes, where's that family? Large up yourself, big up yourself. We should have been chimed in, listening to Sarnetta. Decided to go live. Family, your host Selah Shalom chiming in on the ones and twos. You know how we do, bringing you the good news, Jehovah's good news, creator good news, creator gang in the building. It's a vibes. It's a vibe, Selah Shalom TV, according to the text, as it is written. It's a vibes. Where's that family? Large up yourself, big up yourself. Your boy Selah Shalom in the building, chiming in on the one and twos. You know how we do. You know how we do. I see my brothers and my sisters chiming in. You dig? Yes, family. Large up yourself, big up yourself. I see the family chiming in. Takiva, I see you. Dread Nazir, I see you. Lashonda, I see you. Conscious Flow, Official Wise Flow, I see ya. Everybody chiming in. Bronze, I see you. We in the chat. We was talking shit up inside the chat, you know what I mean? Cranked up a couple goddamn folks. It's funny. It's funny because a lot of people, they try to use that, the irons being white and yellow like some type of leverage, like they got one up on us, man. Them niggas don't go here with that, man. It survives, yes, honorable Malachi Maccabee in the building, my beloved. What it do, King? Creator gang. Yes. Yasso Fitz, my beloved brother. Yasso Fitz is the one who coined the term peace to the righteous gods and goddesses. So we owe that to Yasso Fitz. He coined that term, that brother there. Big up to the brother them. I see Yasso Fitz in the chat saying any challenges for brother Selah Shalom, stay on their necks. Yes, because it's gonna be a hate coming from them niggas when we bring out this information over here. Set apart, I see you. Set apart living, I see you, sis. Now it's funny because the dude who actually responded back to us in the chat tried to use the Ions being the white and yellow people. So I asked the question right back in the chat. I said, show me a race of Europeans that's 3 feet tall. See? Show me a race of Europeans that is 3 feet tall that was dominating history. You ain't got that. So obviously this is not talking about Europeans. Even in the Oahspe, right here, at the ending of the book of Osiris, no, at the ending of the Lord's 5th book. Now, this is not, what I'm reading, this is not in this version. This is in the Blue Dust Jacket version. What I'm reading. It's in here, but in the Blue Dust Jacket version, This reference is at the ending of the Lord's 5th book, which is the lower book of Osiris. And it states, referring to the Ayins, clearing up the fact that when they refer to Ayins being white and yellow, they're not referring to what we would consider Europeans from America or England. And that's what this is clarifying right here, where it states, this is in the reference, and it states, where reference is made as above to white people, it does not mean what we in England and America call white people. Even in the book it's letting you know these ain't Europeans that they're talking about. So right there, if dude was to raise that argument, it's telling you right here that no, these are not Europeans. So if it's not Europeans, who could it be? What other nationality of race of people is on the planet outside of Europeans? You got melanated people, the indigenous people. Now, it states here, again, where reference is made as above to white people, it does not mean what we in England and America call white people. And then it states, but white in fact, with white hair also. The same remarks hold in reference to yellow people. Now, the first thing when people hear that is they go to the Europeans. But right here, we just clarified in the Oahspe that it's not referring to the Europeans. So what genetically fits this description? So we don't have to go into spookism. We could go in the genetic pool of human beings. So let's go to the East Islanders. So when we go here, and we done touched on this so many times. See, the Ayins, the Pygmies, these people are basically on an extinct race, not fully extinct, but as far as a nation of people where you could say, look, there go the 3 feet people as a nation, and go join their cities and spend time with the 3 feet people. We don't have that today. All we have is remnants hid off in very, very small areas that we can't even really find today. It's only, you find a group of small little people. I remember they had a special in Peru they did some years back, and it was a village of small people in Peru somewhere. Small people, it wasn't no more than probably not even 20 people, you know what I mean? But they lived in this little village. See what I'm saying? But there's no nation of people rocking like that, where you could go to a whole nation of people and be like, look, boom. So here, let me just pull this up right quick. I don't went over this a million times. That's why they ain't nothing new when people bring these topics up. They raise the argument, but when it's time to go critical thinking, they're going to flake because they ain't got nothing other than what they thought they had, and they ain't further research. Now, when we look at these people right here, look at that. Look at their hair. Look at the genetics left behind. Oahspe say through the hair, you're going to find the genetics of the remnants of people, right? So what did the Oahspe say? What did it say here in the reference? It says, where reference is made as above to white people, it does not mean what we in England and America call white people. So if you're not talking about white people of an America and England, what other nationalities you got? You got Africa, you got India, and you got China, all indigenous people. But when they're talking about white in fact, they're still talking about melanated people. Now let me give you a white in fact person that's still black. We call it albinoism. But some people that say, oh, they albinos, that's this, that, and the third. But no, we dealing with the fact of the matter. We ain't dealing with the genetic results are. We dealing with, does these things exist or not? That's what we dealing with. I'll show you something. See, people be trying to be funny, but when we bring out the information on it, then what? Then what? So here we have right here. Check this out. So there we got remnants of the yellow hair showing the kids right there, right? But they skin now white. So all right, look at this. There you go. What did the Oahspe say? White and yellow, huh? But she not Caucasian. That woman ain't Caucasian right there. That's a sister. She's still melanated. See that? Look at her hair. What did the Oahspe say? What did it say? When reference is made as above to white people, it does not mean what we in England and America call white people. So if we're not talking about Europeans, what other people fit that description? Look at the albino skin. Regardless of what you want to say about it, it's curse, it's this, regardless, the evidence is there. That's what we're dealing with, evidence. The curse concept could have came from your God, and he could have just used that against you to go kill off the albinos like they're trying to kill off the Canaanites. A lie from your God. But as far as evidence of white and yellow people, there go the proof. Right before your eyes. See that? We ain't making this shit up. Let me show you another one. They want to talk like this shit is a fairy tale. Show me goddamn a woman being created from the rib of a man. Prove that. Prove that in nature. Will a woman come from a man? But here we showing you the proof of the white and yellow people right here. Look at that. Look at that brother. Huh? So what happens if this brother was born 70,000 years ago looking like this? Before your God came with the idea of the white and yellow people being a cursed people or albinoism being a curse. Before that concept even came about, what happens if this man was produced 200,000 years ago, 70,000 years ago, 80,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago? What you gonna say? There go the evidence of the white and yellow people right before your eyes. We ain't making this shit up. And those are not Europeans. Those are melanated people. So there you got the white hair and the white and yellow skin, and then you still have melanated children that carries the gene pool of the yellow hair. Hell these niggas talking about, bruh. What was his defense be after this? After we show him this evidence of white and yellow and read from the Oahspe that these white and yellow people are not Europeans, what his defense would be after that? Nothing but goddamn rhetoric and bullshit talk like these niggas been doing. That's why they want to step in this goddamn ring. Because we're not just coming with philosophy, nigga. We could come with theology, we could come with goddamn hypothesis, and we could come with historical facts and genetics and cosmology and creation, nigga. We could go wherever they go. You know what I'm saying? The Oahspe is not telling niggas to be bound to nothing. This shit say gain knowledge and experience while you on the earth. You dig? Cal P, what it do, son? Son, peace to the sun god. Cosmo Cal. Yasso Fish. Roger, I see you, what it do? You know what I mean? Shebrew, what it do? I see you, sis. So that's what I'm saying, yo. They could talk that shit, but when we come with this fire, showing us evidence, nigga, what you got to say? He said white folks, nigga. Them wasn't no white folks. These melanated white and yellow people ain't no goddamn Europeans. That brother right there ain't no European, and he damn sure ain't dark skinned. He ain't got black hair, he got white hair. And this one right here got yellow hair. Huh? What did the Oahspe say? Let's go to the irons. Because this is one thing that the whole sign of the universe, I could already tell. I knew this shit from years ago, that these are the questions that they're going to come with. So when they come with these questions, be prepared to receive answers. Not just read it from the book, but show these niggas genetically. Because if we was on Sunday right now and that dude raised that question about the white and yellow people, and I ain't have an answer for that, I'm just trying to read from the book, nigga gonna say, what's your reference? My reference is the genetics right here. Regardless of what you say, they go the proof of white and yellow people right here. And they not Europeans. Now there are Europeans that got white and blonde hair, but they're not referring. The Oahspe say we're not talking about them. Oahspe clear what they talking about. Let's see who else we got. Let's see what another brother we could pull up. Look at this sister right here. Y'all niggas going crazy talking about these things. Don't like this some fairy tale. Like these are Europeans. And even if it was Europeans, nigga, we wouldn't be pressing the issue because we understand the bigger picture. Is the progression to Etheria. Flesh and blood shall not inherit the kingdom. So we ain't gonna get caught up on that. Look at this sister right here. Look at this beautiful sister. Look at it. Yellow skin. White skin and yellow hair. What you gonna say? She ugly? Nah, dog. What the Oahspe say? Let's find the irons. Where the irons come on the scene at? Where that? This is where all the hell gonna break loose when this verse right here, where it states, where it gives you the complexion of the irons, right here. Now in the Lord's first book, chapter 2, verse 4 is where the conflict for a lot of people gonna come in at, because it states, the irons were white and yellow, but the drunks were brown and black. The The irons were small and slender, but the drunks were tall and stout. That one verse is going to create so much conflict in people who are still thinking carnal and still thinking that this shit about tribal warfare, because in the beginning of the Oahspe, it's giving you the rudimentary parts of man, the beginning phases. Before man gonna ascend into Etheria, we're dealing with the animalistic, the tribal nature of man, the primitive man we're dealing with. So we're gonna deal with genetics, we're gonna deal with skin complexions, gene pools, and all that in the Oahspe. You know what I'm saying? But it has nothing to do with your spiritual progression, because everybody gotta graduate at the same goddamn, not the same time, but they still gotta graduate. Just like school. When you go to high school, nigga, you got Chinese people there, you got Orientals there, you got Mexicans there, and you make friends with these motherfuckers in school. But what? The whole agenda is to graduate. When you at graduation with your Mexican friends, you at graduation with your Caucasian friends, you at graduation with your Chinese friends, and y'all now throwing up the bride because y'all graduated. That's the scope. See, that's what them niggas don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So that's the verse where everybody will get tripped up who read the Oahspe, who's still thinking in their carnal mind, when it sees that the irons were white and yellow. But here go white and yellow people right here. We already read that it's not talking about Europeans. So if it's not talking about Europeans, what other race outside of Europeans is on the goddamn planet? Melanated people, black people. Now, when we use the term black people, for these people, let's narrow it down, because we are minerals. So we're dealing with carbon. These are carbon-based people. You see what I'm saying? They may have a lack of carbon, just like when a baby is born light, and then it darkens. When the irons was produced, they were light before the darker races. You see that? Asu was a primitive man. He was damn near hairy all over, because he had to protect himself from the environment. So man was more hairy. I can see remnants of my hair. Like, all right, boom, this shit would have been a patch of covering of hair right here. You already see the facial hair. And then on the shin, you see that there was hair on the shin. You ever seen that movie Wolfman back in the day? Wolfman? No, not Wolfman. What was that movie with the wolf? Teenage Wolf, or something like that. Back in the late '80s. Teenage Wolf or Wolf something. When the dude was a wolf man, he was playing basketball and all that. I forgot the name of the damn show, but it's something Wolf something. Teen Wolf or something like that. But you notice he was covered in hair all over. Like a goddamn, what's another one? Like the Bigfoot. The earlier races of men were like some Bigfoot niggas. They had to protect themselves from the environment before they became the man what you see today. Let me give you an example how man would have been more hairier on his body, just like the Bigfoot, basically. You know what I mean? Teen Wolf, yes, Bronze, Teen Wolf. Whoever, matter of fact, let me pull up the picture of Teen Wolf. Yo, that shit brought me back. Teen Wolf, yo, that was some funny shit. Niggas that running around trying to be this nigga and shit. Halloween niggas trying to be Teen Wolf and shit. Damn, they ain't even got the movie. Teen Wolf, let me put in the 80s. Oh. There you go, Teen Wolf. There you go, bomb, pulled it up. Alright, so I ain't seen this movie since this shit came out. This shit look funny. Teen Wolf, that's crazy. I don't know who remember that. But it was a dude, he got them changed into a damn wolf and shit. I forgot how the story goes. But there you right there, I'm back on the computer. You see them irons, man. You see the remnants of these irons with the white and yellow skin. So we done on that. I ain't even gonna waste my time on that. I clarified that easy. That's Teen Wolf right there, for those who remember. But in this movie, you know what I mean? The dude turned into a wolf or whatever, but he was hairy all over. So what I'm saying, and you can see like the little remnants of the hair, whatever. But the point of me bringing up Teen Wolf was to show that man, in his early days, had more hair covering his body to protect himself from the environment. That's why in the beginning, man was more animalistic in nature. That's why it says beast man, because man was more of beast in nature. You know, you got niggas with hair on their chest. This is modern time. Just imagine when man was in his Homo erectus stages. The hair would have been full. The hair on here would have been more fuller. The hair on the back would have been fuller. These are areas to protect your body from the environment, to keep you warm from the hostility. I don't care if you in Africa. It's regions, it's mountains in Africa. That shit get cold up there. You know what I mean? It's regions where it's just not always hot in Africa. So Jehovah was like, all right, I'm gonna create you like this to create you conducive to the environment, and then some change is gonna come later on down the line. But there go the remnants of the irons, yo. We done on that. We done on that. That's easy work. That's play. That's play. And if questions was to be raised, nigga, it'll get more critical and deeper. Especially when the questions are reversed. Now let's bring up the old. Now those are albino people. Now let me bring up the oldest people who got the Y chromosome. Watch this. Watch this. Who got the oldest Y chromosome? South African Bushman. South African Bushman. These are South African Bush people right here. Let me pull up this right here. Pull up this data right here. And these are the descendants. These ain't even the ancient remnants of the little people of antiquity. Y'all seen these pictures of these people before? Show y'all something. And they look more Asiatic than they do African, to say. These people I'm about to pull up don't look like no Congolese African. They got Asiatic features damn near. When we talk about the oldest Y. Now look at this. These are the people with the oldest chromosome. These are the people with the oldest chromosome on the planet. They're not dark-skinned African people. They light-skinned. The oldest people on the planet are light-skinned people. They may not be as white as the albinos, but guess what? They skin light. They skin light. Look at this brother. These people right here, the Cohen people, the South African Bushmen, they got the oldest Y chromosome, meaning that their genetic Y chromosome leads back is the furthest, and that everybody comes out from these people. A00 haplogroup is these people right here. The dark Congolese African come out of these people. But these are the oldest Y chromosomes. They not no dark African people. So just to show and prove that skin complexion is not even an issue here. So when we talk about white and yellow people, nigga, we don't get caught up in thinking that these are Europeans. We know what the hell going on. The question is, do you? See, this is where the research hung. This is where your boy Selah Shalom put them years and decades of studying to pull this shit out. Because the average reader who don't know the Oahspe and the fullness wouldn't be able to pull that out and defend that. They would have been stuck like, damn, yeah, you're right, Europeans, you know, the Oahspe is, they're all white. Nah, nigga, them niggas ain't white. You dig? On the lookout, peace, fam, I see you. Another food for thought, we have our people with what they call vertigo of unto the skin, right, and change the melanin from skin unto white yellow. Exactly. Now, even with that condition, does that make them a cursed people? Was Michael Jackson was one of the greatest entertainers on the goddamn planet, and he had that condition. Is that going to stop him from reaching Ethereum? See that? No, these are the crazy arguments that these people, like the brother on Sanada, try to raise about skin complexion. That's why these dudes are stuck. That's why Geno Jennings got them niggas stuck on stupid, even with the black conscious community. What did Geno Jennings say? The response of the KKK was black supremacy. And they used that in religion. So the black Hebrew Israelites say, oh, only the Hebrew Israelites are chosen and no other races. And the Ku Klux Klan say, oh, only the whites are the chosen. And the blacks are our servants and slaves. Geno Jennings pulled it out they car, showed them they both in the goddamn same boat. And we showing Geno that both of you and all the rest of them is in the same boat of following the deity instead of the creator. Now you passed the part of racism, Geno, that's great. But you ain't got the fullness understanding that you ain't following the creator, that you following the deity. See, we'll raise that question about 1 Samuel 15:3, because God is one. There's only one God. And God say, thou shalt not murder. But why he is encouraging the children of Israel to go kill off man, woman, and children when he commanded the children of Israel to not murder? What's your answer to that, beloved? I wouldn't even care what the answer is, because we already know that this is not the creator. We just want to see, are you going to deal with self-conviction and identify that you're not worshiping the creator, or are you going to play hook, line, and sinker and go with the bullshit? I mean, if you're going to stand on that lie, you got to stand on that lie. We standing on truth, so we got to stand on truth. Some people stand on a lie, assuming to be truth, and that's what we got to expose. The people sitting on lies, assuming to be truth. All these Israelite camps are sitting on a lie, What is the lie? That the God you follow is the Most High. That's the lie. That's the greatest of goddamn lies. You know, you could have been deceived, like, you know what I mean? We thought we were Ishmaelites. A lot of us thought we were Muslims. We became the Muslims, and then we found out we were Israelites. All right, that's cool. Don't make the conversion. But following a false God, you don't get no worse than that. You don't get no worse than following a false God. I don't give a damn about no white and yellow people. Like Geno Jennings said, they talking about they from this tribe, the tribe of Daniel, the tribe of this, the tribe of that, but none of them said they come from God. See that? We on the higher playing fields. We're not worried about the tribal warfare. We're not worried about skin complexion. When your God say God is not a respecter of person. When your God say flesh and blood shall not inherit the kingdom. So when we take it there, then what? Where is your nationality and argument gonna take? So where that's gonna take place at, huh? Where flesh and blood gonna inherit the kingdom at? Who gonna be in heaven telling the white folks you can't come up here? Who gonna be in heaven telling the black folks you can't come up here? Who gonna do that? When you're judged on your deeds. Who gonna do that? Hold on, fam. Yes, family. You dig? Ronnie, what it do? Edom is black indeed. Yeah, Edom is black. Edom, all right, let's go back to this. This would have been Edom if they want to play the Edomite game. Oh, let me pull it back up. This would have been Edom right here. They would have considered this sister like an Edomite. Although her hair more blonde, but they got certain albinos with more reddish hair. You know what I mean? An albino, if they want to call it that. And then that's us saying, oh, that's a genetic whatever. Nigga, who's to say? Who's to say? Hey, Cal P, you talking about the children of the sun? There go the children of the sun right there. They radiating the sun goddamn here. You dig? We don't do that colorism over here. We sure don't. We can though. We can if you want to play the colorism game. Especially if you're dealing with doctrine. Because if you want to play the colorism game, when you read that book of Enoch, nigga, Noah white as snow. In the book of Enoch, it says Noah is white as snow. I'm like, damn it. Even the Oahspe say niggas wasn't that white. They just say, you know, the irons was white and yellow. The book of Enoch giving you emphasis like, yo, Noah was white as the whitest snow as can be. But then it also stated that Noah had 7 locks. He had locks in his hair. Look at this brother. Look at that sister. She can have locks being white as snow. Look at this brother. This nigga look white as snow, but look at his hair. It's kinky. It could be dreaded out. Let me get it. This brother. Look at this brother. Let me pull him back up. Look at this brother. White as snow. That's Noah right there. White as snow, but his hair was in the locks. There go your Noah right there. If you want to get technical, Israel, that's why they don't want to read the book of goddamn Enoch, because this nigga would have produced Ham, Shem, and Japheth according to their narrative if they accept the book of Enoch. See, some of them niggas that read that shit and realized like, no, we can't accept this. Because if we accept this, we got to accept that Noah was white as snow. And then we got to explain how this dude that's white as snow produced the goddamn Cushites, the Hamites, the Nubians. So all right, so let me pull up a Nubian, right? This is why niggas don't want to play these games. Let me pull up a Nubian. An African Nubian, right? Here we go, right here. Nah, I ain't even gonna do him like that. I ain't gonna do you like that, brother. Let me get a good picture. All right, I'll just put this picture up of some Nubians. I was about to pull up a one picture, but the dude was looking kind of, man, if I look done for the blood clots, I'm not doing so. All right, so check it, right? Where we at? So these are Nubians right here. These are Nubians. Nubians are Cushites. Cushites come from the seed of Ham. Ham come from Noah. So if Noah was white as snow, how can he produce these dark-skinned people, right? But if Noah is still a nigga, just an albino, he can still produce seed with melanated genes. That shit may skip him, and then goddamn catch the next seed to be albino. And see, when you in the womb, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna be till you come out. You don't know you're albino till you come out the womb. And it's only till recently that we got the science to really, define what causes albinoism and things of that nature. But that doesn't make the person a curse. That don't make them where they can't goddamn proceed in the heavenly kingdoms or proceed in life, per se. It's not gonna prevent them from getting a job. When you go to school and see an albino student, that ain't stopping him from educating. That ain't stopping him. Matter of fact, his grade may be higher than yours, nigga. You making fun of him because he an albino, but in school, nigga, he may be having a passing grade. And your ass may be barely struggling to pass or could be failing. See the variables of life? This is why the Oahspe is nothing to toy with. Because once we cut you up on your carnal level, then we're going to bring your ass up to the spiritual. And let you know what's going on up there. So that's the beautiful thing about the Oahspe. We can stay way up here in the high etheric and the atmospheric levels of spirituality, but then we can come right back down to the lowest of goddamn hells and deal with you there. Look at Fraggy Patty. Fraggy Patty came from the etherian world. Osiris came from Lotzen, but Fraggy Patty came from the etherian worlds. And he came down to the earth to the lowest of hells, delivering hells with water and fire in darkness coming from a world of light. A world light years away. This nigga's in the etherian realms where we dealing with magnitudes of light we can't even comprehend because we ain't even got there yet. But he came down here. He came to the lowest of the lowest. That's what we tell you European faithists. If you want to do the real works of Jehovah, come to the hood. Come out here. Work with these young boys. Work with these drudges. Because that's what they doing in the etherian realm. They coming down here working with the lowest. But you better come with a plan. Just don't come out here showing your face trying to do, I'm sorry for them niggas gonna run your ass out of here. When the etherians come, they come organized. They come with a strategy. They come with a game plan. They come with system and order. So when we hit these streets, it got to be the same way. That's one thing I respect about the Israelites. They got system and order. They got structure. They just following a false god. That's it. So again, coming back to Noah. If Noah was white as snow in the book of Enoch with 7 locks, he would have produced Ham. Ham was the Africans. He would have produced Shem. Shem is the Indians. The East Indians is Shem. Japheth is Asia. China. Let alone Yesta, which is Japan, and Gautama, which is the Native Americans. So you're trying to tell me this one man produced all them seeds. Based off your biblical narrative now. Based off Noah being... Because there is no other book that gives you a description of Noah other than the goddamn, the book of Enoch. The Bible don't give you a description of Noah. The Bible damn near don't give you a description of none of the prophets. It may describe the nation of Israel being black, or it may give you a verse with niggas, with Jesus being skin of copper, feet, but then niggas' his head and his hair was white as snow. See, Jesus' face was looking like this brother, white. His head and his hair was white, but his feet was bronze. So his head and hair was looking like these brothers, but his feet was looking like the brothers below. Shit don't even make no sense. Unless Jesus has been wearing a turban for a long time. Because when you wrap up and your skin get light and all that, but like in the summertime, your face get dark, but when you take off your shirt, your shit be light as a motherfucker. Your skin be light. Like, damn. You dig? But yeah, though, fam, we showing improving over here, yo. Now look at these Nubians. That dude in the middle look like Pops. Look at this Nubian. Look at these Nubians. Now these are the same people that's supposed to be produced out of Noah. And the only description we have of Noah is in the book of Enoch. So we dealing with chapter and verse. A lot of Israelites do deal with the book of Enoch. They do deal with them. Look at these brothers. Look at these Nubians. Look at that brother in the middle. Look how dark he is. He look like my pops. Look how dark he is. Now you trying to tell me that this albino produced this dark man according to your theology? Because all come from Noah. Y'all got some explaining to do. Y'all got some explaining to do, because in our book, Noah's not a person, so we ain't got to worry about that. But the only description you have of Noah is in the book of Enoch. You got to defend that. You can't say, oh, we don't accept the book of Enoch. No, we're not playing those games. If it says, thus saith the Lord in your goddamn book, nigga, we accepting it. We challenging it. Because the scribes, like Jeremiah 8:8, false pens of the scribes certainly work falsehood. So y'all niggas been fucking up the book. Ain't nothing new. Then Constantine selected books and selected what's going to be in the canons and said what's not going to be in the canon. So they broke the law when it says you shall not add or take away from the goddamn book. Constantine fucked that up. So y'all can't sit there and play the we're not accepting this doctrine, but we'll accept this. We'll accept the King James Version, but we won't accept the Apocrypha. We won't accept the Apocrypha, but we'll accept the book of Enoch or won't accept the book. You can't play them games. If it's scrolls, it's all on the table. Whether if it's canonical or not, or the canons or not. The lost books of the Bible, nigga, you got to put all that on the table. All that. Because if you question and say that, well, we don't accept that, now we got to question your Bible to see what we don't accept in the Bible. Because the Bible is a selection of scrolls, just like the scrolls of Enoch. That's one scroll you selected you don't want to follow. But there's other scrolls in the Bible that could be the same way. Constantine and them boys decided, all right, we're going to keep this in here, and we're going to take this out. Who decided him to do that? Lu Mung. See that? You better get the inspiration of your God if you want to start taking and adding away. You dig? Yeah, man. It's a vibes, yeah? It's a vibes in the air. What y'all talking about in the chizzy? Y'all talking about in the chizzy? Hebrew is Hebraic, is Ivrim, Ivra, is Ivra, is Eve, is Awi, is West Africa tribe, which means literally a female sheep. Ronnie, what's good with you? Albinoism, that's right. You know what I mean? So what you gonna say, the albinos is cursed people now? Get out of here. Because in Leviticus it talks about if you see a man, if they have a hair with yellow hair coming out the skin, they are cursed. So your God is telling you that albino people are cursed. The Oahspe telling you they blessed. Uh-oh, we have a point of contention and conflict. But then in the Oahspe, they say you that the eyes are not just only white and yellow, they brown, black, all shades. So it's not even being goddamn biased. It's showing you that, okay, you're the early races of the Irons with these pygmies. These, because if you got to think about it, for these angels to crossbreed with Asu, that would have created some type of goddamn dysfunction in a sense, or some type of depletement. So they was depleted of a certain mineral, of minerals. The reason our skin is dark is because of carbon. The reason our skin is light because the lack of carbon. So if the ions came out white and yellow, them niggas may not been in men. And then that's another thing. This was a global event. It wasn't like when Setantes came, he was just running. Them niggas claimed globally. This was a global thing. As far as the interbreeding with the Adamites or Asu with the angels. See that? Noah was albino, that's right. No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, though, you know what I mean? That's easy work right there. Easy work. The objective is etherian. Never lose sight of that. So you check the wisdom. See, a lot of people don't deal with spirituality, so they don't believe it. Now, in the book of Setantes, right, chapter 10, verse 5, just some wisdom. The Lord said, behold, O God. The Lord said, behold, O God, only the unseen is potent over man. It said only the unseen is potent over man. The unseen, most people don't believe in the unseen. They don't understand the unseen. They don't believe the unseen. They see the unseen as spooko. It's not real. But it's the most potentest thing over your existence. See that? They don't understand that, but we do. What do we mean when we mean the unseen? We talking about vortexia. Vortexia is the life force of your existence. That's the electrical sparks that make you alive. The ruach, the spirit. See that? The inhale and the exhale is vortexia. The Lord said, behold, O God, only the unseen is potent over man. Could the beast or the stone or the forest tell man to hide his nakedness? He would not. Neither will he. Without experience, man cannot be advised profitably to himself. See that? If you're not told, you ain't gonna know. So when man was walking around here, stooping on all fours, or crouching down instead of walking upright, he didn't know. He had no example in nature to show him to walk upright. It's a documentary on one of these you can find it on YouTube, where it's a boy. He ended up living in the woods with some monkeys or some shit. You know, it's in India or Africa, one of them countries. And he gone. He gone. He can't speak. He respond and act like the monkeys. He runs off in the woods. He moves on all fours. He moved like a monkey. This is a human being. But he left and he used to be around nature and be around the animals, and he mimicked the animals. Now this is in modern times. This is in a time where you could tell him like, nah, nigga, don't act like that. What you doing? Because we civilized. But just imagine a time when nobody was around to tell you that you acting like a monkey, or you acting like this gorilla, or you acting like this tiger. You moving on all fours. What animal in nature walks upright like a human being? None. So the first race of humans, if they're going to revere the animals and use the animals as an example, then they would have been walking hunched over, slouched down. They would have been walking upright. The angels are the ones who came and told man to stand upright and walk upright, breaking that cycle of the animalistic nature in man. That's what the angels came to do. Rise you up. You are in the likeness of God, niggas, trying to rise you up from your animalistic self to become who you was made to be, a God. Brother Judah, what's good? Sounds like Tarzan. The unseen rules the scene, no doubt. And the verse continues to say, he says, behold, the Lord said, behold, O God, only the unseen is potent over man. Could the beast or the stone or the forest tell him to hide his nakedness? He would not. Neither will he heed his brother's voice. Without experience, man cannot be advised profitable to himself. For such hath Jehovah made him, because man cannot discern angel presence. The angels alone can teach man and inspire him to new life. See that you can't dictate when angels is around you. You know why? Because the angels exist outside of visible light. Visible light is 7 to 400 nanometers, so we're dealing with wave frequency. The wave frequency that these angels are moving at is moving faster than what you could visibly see. So that's why we can't detect it, and that's why these people don't believe them. And they could be standing right here tapping you on your shoulder, just that real, but in spirit, moving outside of visible light. So without experience, man cannot be advised profitable to himself, for such hath Jehovah made him. Because man cannot discern angel presence, the angels alone can teach him and inspire him to new life. For they talk to him in his sleep. You know, when you sleep and somebody talk to you, you wake up and it was a message, somebody talked to you or something, whether it be somebody you know, whether it be a stranger. The angels talk to you in your sleep. The angels can take on any form they want. You can have a dream thinking you're talking to your mother, your brother, your sister. Although they could still be alive. But you can have a dream, your mom had a dream about you, in a dream, and you said this. The angels speak to you in your sleep and can assume any form just for you to get the message across. So the angel could be in a dream trying to get you the message, but you still in a state of unconsciousness because you sleep. Because to be sleeping and be conscious in your dream, it's not an easy thing to do. When you wake up and remember your dream, that means you was fully conscious in sleep. So sometimes the angels got to make you conscious in your sleep so you can remember when you wake up what the message is. So they use something that they could reference or to get your awareness. A family member, a loved one. Boom. So you wake up, yo, I had a dream, my mom said, my brother said, my sister said. And then the message is conveyed. When you read the Oahspe about Abraham Lincoln, the angels came to him in a dream. They came to him like 2 or 3 times. On the third one, they said, yo, we gonna you think we bullshitting? Now just imagine you having a dream, and in the dream, niggas is telling you, oh, you think we playing? Well, in the morning, we're gonna show you a sign. We're going to show you proof what we talking about ain't what it is. I mean, it's real. And then you wake up remembering that in your dream, a motherfucker told you that the day is going to be a sign for you to believe that the dream is real. And then Abraham Lincoln, you know what I mean? So go the story, he went to the sea and the sea told us something about freeing a slave. The dreams that Abraham Lincoln was having was about freeing a slave. Long story short, but the point is, the verse stated, they talking to man in his sleep. So let's read that again. It says, because man cannot discern angel presence, the angels alone can teach him and inspire him to new life. For they talk to him in his sleep and show him what is good for his own good. And they show him what is for his own good. And when he wake in the morning, he supposed it was himself talking. See that? The Oahspe is letting you know that when you wake up from the dream, you thinking it's yourself talking, not knowing it's that angel communicating with your ass in your sleep. Angel communion, without you knowing, take place when you sleep. When you awake trying to do angel communion, a lot of times you got to be in a dark place. You got to be somewhere in the dark. And then the angels will light up the motherfucking darkness. And your ass will be scared to death that actually happened. When you actually deal in that environment, when you reach them spiritual levels. See that all the prophets spoke to the angels. So don't get it twisted like, oh, we ain't supposed to communicate with spirits or angels or whatever. All the prophets did. Moses communicated with an angel. God is an angel. We already clarified that. Your Most High is an angel. I showed you that. Strong's Concordance H430 is the Strong's Concordance number for the word Elohim. And when you look it up, it's going to say angels. That's what it's going to say, family. So you niggas is dealing with goddamn angels from the jump. Y'all dealing with angels from the jump. Y'all dealing with familiar spirits from the jump. So we're not calling on no angels. We're not calling on spirits to communicate with. We call on the Creator. And there's a system in order to the Creator's creation. So every human being has a guardian angel. So when you call on the Creator, your guardian angel will answer in behalf. Answer the words of the Creator, because the guardian angel's words are the Creator's words. And to speak to your soul. And then what it speaks to your soul is the words of the Creator. So when you wake up thinking you're talking to yourself, it was your guardian angel speaking to you, delivering the message. That's the system in order. That's the way. Because if you ask somebody who read the Bible, what's a guardian angel? What's the duty of a guardian angel according to the Bible? You don't hear crickets. What's the duty of a guardian angel according to the Bible? The Bible don't even speak of guardian angels. See that? The monkey taught Tarzan. Yes, Calpy. You know what I mean? That's why they used to always make fun of the Africans and like monkeys, looking like monkeys, and the monkey this, the monkey that. I seen some niggas that look like gorillas, man. I had a couple homies that had that straight gorilla. Call them niggas gorillas. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, we are a composition of all animals made up. See what I'm saying? So let me get the irons off. We be done with the irons. We done with the brother, man. Now we talking about spirituality again, showing that so you see, so we talked about the flesh. Now we talking about the spirit now. How the spirit is more potent than the flesh. And how the spirits talk to you in your sleep, for they talk to him in his sleep and show him what is for his own good. See that? The Oahspe saying your guardian angel is supposed to show you what is for your own good, not for your own evil, not to inspire you to go out there and want to kill off some goddamn people because your God is angry with them. And instead of your God dealing with the situation, he puts the situation in your hands to show your loyalty to him. And if you don't do the job, he gonna slay your ass anyway. So why the fuck you gonna pretend and follow a God like that? When you have a choice, you ain't gotta follow the God of the Bible. Ain't none of you niggas got struck down from lightning who left the Bible and went to another religion. Some of you left the religion of the Bible, went to Islam and found a better way. Ain't no lightning bolts coming out of heaven striking niggas down because they switching religions. You have the free will. Your creator gave you choice and free will to choose the ways of the creator or to choose the ways of another man or woman. That's the only thing outside of the creator. If you ain't following the creator, you following a man or a woman. In the Bible, God is a man. So you got the goddesses who worship the goddess. They worship the woman. Like I said, if you ain't worshiping the creator, you're either worshiping a man or a woman. You worshiping Baal or El or Ashtoreth or Aset, Isis, Mother Mary. You got some Catholics that worship Mary. They worship Mary, revere Mary because she brought forth Jesus. So they were like, she needs to be worshipped. See that? They praise the creation and not the creator. P. That's right. The false god decided to use the snake in the fairy tale, right? And originally the snake was describing the flesh. It was the self speaking to. It was the self. So the story of the serpent was an intuition thing. It was a thing of discernment. It was the flesh speaking to yourself. The flesh speaking to tell you to do other than what you were supposed to do. See, the serpent in the garden, they placed the serpent external. They got you thinking that the serpent is exactly what it is, a serpent. Even the Oahspe talk about the serpent, but it's not talking about no goddamn walking motherfucking creature deceiving Eve. They're talking about an actual creature in the Oahspe, a prehistorical animal that existed prior to land animals. Because the water preceded the land. So the sea, the waters was here before the land. You see what I'm saying? So the sea monsters or the sea serpents was roaming this motherfucker before. And then when it came time for land, you had the land reptiles. The land reptiles ended up being your Komodo dragons, your goddamn lizards and all them little motherfuckers, whatever, alligators and shit like that. You know what I mean? Coming from the water. See what I'm saying? Them niggas got tails, yo. Them alligators got tails. They showing you that them niggas come from the water. The serpent, the snake, all them niggas come from the water. Or the time when the earth was more watery, more of a watery planet. Because remember, the Oahspe say that the earth was once a liquid globe of fire. It was once a liquid globe of fire. What happens when you pour out a globe of fire? You cool that shit down, it produces vapor, and that vapor produces moisture, and moisture produces fluid, droplets, and water. See that? See that? In order to get water, you need a little bit of heat. Because if it's too cold, it's going to condense and be a solid. You need some heat to create them driplets to create water. You need heat to create water. Because if space is absolutely 0 degrees, freezing water. So if water is freezing, what's going to make that shit liquid? What's going to make that shit start forming liquid out of a solid condensed ice? Fire in the blood clot. Get them likes up. 32 likes, 64 watching. Let's get them likes up to 60, fam. Dion, what you say? The water has more history than mortal man or woman. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Man is the last product of creation as far as the animal kingdom. We the highest form of animal. But hell, the vegetation precedes man. You dig? It's a vibes. See that? It's the Oahspe knowledge, yo. We got this shit hook, line, and sinker. Wherever you want to go with it, we can go with it. You may not agree with us, but shit, we know our shit. See that? So it talks about The angels talking to you when you sleep. He says the angels alone can teach man and inspire him to new life. He says, for they talk to him in his sleep. See that? And we go back to the same book, but up a verse. So this is the book of Sanctities, chapter 8, 13. It states, the angels of the Lord lay plots and stratagem in man's pathway to stir him up. See that? These angels was fucking with you. They do things in your life unseen to you to stir you up, to keep you going. So it says the angel of the Lord lay plots and stratagems in man's pathway to stir him up. Yeah, Jehovah gave man sleep so that his corporeal bound spirit might see and hear heavenly things. What's the purpose of sleep? That man may see and hear heavenly things. What's the purpose of sleep? Jehovah gave man sleep so that his corporeal bound spirit might see and hear heavenly things. And what did it say over here? The angels alone can teach man and inspire him to new life, for they talk to him in his sleep. The Oahspe tell us the purpose of sleep. That's the point of communication. You having spirit communion every night. Don't even know it. You thinking you got to wake up and do a certain type of spiritual communion. Nigga, you going to commune with the spirit when you go to sleep. Period. Whether you like it or not. That's part of the progression. So when it talks about communicating with the angels of Jehovah, nigga, you ain't got to do nothing. Just go to sleep. They'll talk to you in your sleep. And when you wake up, you're going to wake up and you're going to have the answer. If the answer don't come to you when you wake up by high noon, when the sun reaches high noon, whatever dream you had, that shit gonna come to your understanding. You're like, damn, I had a dream this morning, and it was about this, that, and that. It's gonna come during high noon if you don't catch it in the morning. See that? So I like going night. Yeah, especially when especially when you're tired. When you're tired and real exhausted and tired, that's when you really tap in. If you ain't really that tired, your corporeal, like the spirit, like the book say, your corporeal bound spirit is near the body. So you can hear it tap and you wake up. But when you exert the body, say you play basketball all day, you running all day, and you get home, you drunk tired. That's when you're gonna really tap in. Cause that's when you're gonna have like in the Bible it says, God put a deep sleep on Abraham. He put a deep sleep on Abraham. He ain't put a light sleep on Abraham. Because if you would have put a light sleep on Abraham, them damn crows probably would have woke him up. He would have woke up hearing the crows trying to know what the fuck going on. But God put a deep sleep on Abraham. He was. You ever had somebody that was sleep knocked out? I'm talking about you mushing them, you smacking them, and they will not wake up. A deep sleep. When you commune with them angels on them levels, you gonna be in a deep sleep. That's when the dogma, the pyramid builder, when they went in them pyramid chambers, and their body was there for 30 days. Nigga, them niggas was in a deep sleep. You could have went in that chamber and smacked Dutton 30 million times. He wouldn't have woke up. Spirit long gone in the goddamn lower heavens, looking at the Osirian kingdoms. Thutmose was 30 days in spirit, observing the lower heavenly kingdoms of Osiris before he came back to his corporeal body. And when he came back to his corporeal body, the angels had to teach him how to reconciliate his spirit to his flesh. The angels had to show him that. So when you're not in your body, after a while, rigor mortis kicks in, nigga, your shit start to lock up. How many times you been in the bed long time, and you get up, your bones, you're locked up. So just imagine 30 days, your ass laid up like this, ain't moving. And then when you come back to your body, nigga, you trying to move, nigga, you stiff like a corpse. The angels had to teach them how to reconciliate the spirit back to flesh. I was like, God damn, see that? This the shit Oahspe is revealing. These are the mysteries and the revelations telling you what was going on in antiquity and telling you that these things still exist till this day. No doubt, beloved. No doubt. Yes, yo. Eric Hamilton, I see you chiming in. We going in tonight. Oahspe vibes. So we showing you what sleep is about, yo. Spirit communion. Everybody spirit communes when they go to sleep. Oh, you ain't supposed to communicate with spirits, nigga. When you go to sleep, nigga, you ain't got no choice. If the angel gonna come to you, when the angel came to Joseph, how did the angel come to Joseph? In his sleep. When Joseph rose up, what did Joseph do? He got married, and he got Yeshua, and them niggas went to Egypt. He listened to what the dream told him. The angel in the dream, they talk about dreamers. You know in the Bible talking about dreamers and wizards and dreamers of dreamers? Well, nigga, Joseph was dreaming. Joseph had a vision in a dream. The angel came to him and said, take thy son and run your ass off to Egypt because Herod gonna try to kill y'all niggas. And he rose up and left, stayed in Egypt till the nigga Herod was gone. Some shit like that. Y'all know the story. Jacob had a dream, the Jacob ladder dream, and all. Come on, yo. The Bible was even telling you that dreaming was a means of spirit communicating. But we ain't understand it like that because we read in the Bible as a story separate, some shit happened in the past that don't really connect. It can't happen to us. But the Oahspe is showing you that this is the nature of spirituality, period. Regardless of who you are. You got little white kids talking about they crossed over, had a near-death experience and seen God or seen Jesus and he was black. A little white kid said that. And you got black people saying they went up, crossed over, seen Jesus, he was black. Some people say he was white. But they had these experiences. All nationalities, all people. Facts. That's right, Brother Judah. When you sleep, you are in the spiritual world. Exactly. Because when you in the spiritual world, when you dream, you tap in, you have a dream, yo, you may be out somewhere doing something. It's a world. You in a whole nother world. So what, that's just a fragment of your imagination? Now you can't write that off. How was that even the reality? How was that even processed that you dreaming and it's another world you in? It's cars, it's people. How was that? How can that happen? How was that possible? Huh? How can you go to sleep and end up seeing a whole new world of shit? I done had some crazy dreams. Not crazy meaning crazy, but meaning that I'm in another world. I'm walking down the street, I'm seeing people, I'm communicating, I'm talking. Wake up remembering that shit. A lot of dreams I have be catastrophic though. I have apocalyptic dreams, like I'm in the middle of a dream and I'm running and buildings is falling. It's a big ass fucking tidal wave about the size of the building, 20 stories up, and for whatever reason I'm just maneuvering. The buildings is dropping, I'm just maneuvering and just surviving this shit, but I'm witnessing and going through this shit in a dream. I have a lot of apocalyptic dreams like that. Now how the fuck did that happen? Who put them buildings there in that water and all that there? Who do that? But in the Oahspe, it tells you that the angels is behind that shit. In the book of Frankenpatty, it talks about how they create subjective worlds. They create subjective worlds. What did the Oahspe say here? What did it say here? It says, the angels of the Lord lay plots and stratagems in man's pathway to stir him up. Like them dreams. Them niggas create worlds in the dreams. And they what? They plots and stratagems in the dream. You gotta plot this shit out. There's strategies in the dreams you gotta maneuver. You gotta use your mind in the dream. You still gotta be conscious of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the dream. It's not like you're just floating around being dumb in the dream. You gotta be smart in the dream. So it says, the angels of the Lord lay plots, stratagems in man's pathway to stir him up. Jehovah gave man sleep so that his corporeal bound spirit may see and hear heavenly things. But man loadeth his stomach and debauchery and intoxication, smoke and drink till his soul is buried in darkness. See that? See that? Smoke and drink. But I don't drink no liquor. So it's showing you that these means could prevent spirit communion. But that didn't stop me from shit, because I done had the revelation. But it's higher revelations you can attain with higher levels of purity. See that? So it says through the dreams is how the angels communicate with you. They can communicate you with your dreams. Because in the Oahspe, it gives you variable ways the angels communicate with mortals. Through dreams, face to face, unseen. You in your house and you hear a voice. You're like, where the fuck is this voice coming from? I don't see nobody, but I'm hearing a voice. The angels have the ability to do all those things. We dream those dreams because we seen the same thing on TV. We create our own dreams. Yeah, but it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. Because to create in your mind, because you know, not everybody watch TV and go to sleep and have a dream like watching TV, especially the elderly people. A lot of elderly people don't even watch TV. And they'll goddamn wake up and give you a whole revelation about a dream. That ain't come from no TV show. So, for one thing, it shows the power of the mind. That's for one thing. But then the spiritual mechanics going on that we don't know about. All we know is that we had a vision in the dream, but we don't know about. It's like a car. All you know is to drive it, but you don't know how to make the engine, the bolts, the knots, and all them small mechanical pieces to build up this joint. That's beyond your comprehension, but the mechanical builder can tell you. So it's levels to this joint. You dig? Yeah, no, matter of fact, Hebrews. Nah said it first. Sleep is the cousin of death. Nas brought that out. Sleep is the cousin of death. No, smoking and drinking ain't gonna put me in no utter darkness. No. It's more to it than that, beloved. Following a false God is gonna put you in utter destructness. I'm under the Creator's inspiration. There's a difference. While smoking the bud. See, I'm not telling you to go destroy, kill infants, and be angry and jealous. We speak in peace, love, and unity, beloved. And marijuana is a symbol of peace. So it's a progression. You dig? The dreams I've had manifest later or before it happens. Yeah, exactly. You have dreams and shit kind of light. This is the spiritual aspect of these things. No, these ain't nothing new to us. You think we don't know that? I'm a decade and some change in this book. You think I don't know about things that the Oahspe talk about? The inspiration, the intoxication, the habits. Nigga, I brought this shit to the forefront. You can't school me on what I know. But you don't understand because you don't have the progression understanding. Don't nothing happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? You pointing the finger. He who is without sin cast the first stone. Nigga, that's in your book. So you being a hypocrite. See that? See how the ball bounces back? We're not denying the facts. I'm not in denial. I'm in good spirit over here. We raising up the judges over here. That's why I say let them come. Let them come. We gonna raise them up. But you don't know nothing about that because you ain't on these levels. See, these niggas who don't know the Oahspe, what they'll do is they'll try to find any little thing to try to say, look, nigga, that shit don't work. That shit don't work, bro. We dealing with the Creator. We're not dealing with an angry and jealous God who got a habit, he gonna cast you in hell. No, nigga. Everything is spiritual progression. Everything is progression. You may be talking all that and still eat flesh and blood. You see what I'm saying? We're not pointing the finger at nobody. I done like when you about to die in your sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death indeed. Sleep is the cousin of death. So check verse 7. Lo, man cometh forth out of the earth, boasting of his unbelief, saying, except I see with my own eyes and feel with my own hands, I will not believe. Now who's that? Those are your people who don't believe in the spiritual world. Those are the people who don't believe. If it's not tangible to the touch, they ain't believing it. What did the verse say? Lo, man cometh forth out of the earth, boasting his unbelief. I don't believe in spirituality. Spirituality is spookism. You got a lot of people that say that. Saying, except I see with my own eyes and feel with my hands, I will not believe. But thou, O Jehovah, hast fitted a labor for his eyes, for his hands, to his heart consent, to his heart content. And yet another man cometh forth out of the earth, being believing, and quickly he mounts to the throne of thy exalted heavens. Great is the work of thy Lord, O Father. So right here, he's giving you two examples of one person who is believing, he gets it, and he mounts up, and one who is unbelieving and got to go through the path of darkness and ignorance and vice before he even get to the throne, before he even get the understanding. The unbelievers become the false gods. Verse 9, the Lord said, who knoweth thy wisdom, O Jehovah? Who cannot perceive thee in the foundation of thy everlasting words? Thou hast provided nurses for the new earth, and out of this thy footstool will thou bring forth many who will in far future time be laboring as thy Lord, and his angels labor here. Of what expanse is the wisdom, O Jehovah? So it's showing you like, yo, progression. It said, yo, man gonna come from the earth, live a corporeal life, then he's gonna rise in the atmospheric worlds, and then he's gonna take position as being lords and gods. So get it right. Get it right. That's where we headed, period. Nigga, we got eternity before us. Think a nigga worrying about a little joint? You think a nigga worrying about a little drink? You think a nigga worrying about this corporeal life when we got eternity before us? When we're going to be the ones conversing and transversing in the cosmos as etherian angels? Nigga, we in good spirit over here. See that? You may need to hit the blunt. Because when we raise up these drudges, we raising up hundreds of thousands who may have been in darkness, nigga. We raising them up, nigga, with us. Do the habits, nigga. Fuck you talking about? You ain't on these levels? You don't know what's going on here, son. I'll debate. Oh, who you talking about, Cal? I'll debate you, Bible verse. Oh, you know he ain't gonna do that, man. You know they ain't gonna do that. See, the Israelites, they used to pointing out people habits. They used to pointing out, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, because that's what their God got them doing. Their God got them being dictators. But then Yahshua came and said, nigga, he who was out sin, cast the first stone. Totally collapsed y'all motherfuckers with that shit right there. Yahshua collapsed y'all whole premise when the nigga said, he who is without sin, cast the first stone. And ain't none of them niggas cast a stone, because all them niggas was guilty of some form of goddamn sin. So if you in the chat room, nigga, playing like you holier than thou, nigga, you just as motherfucking sinless as everybody in the goddamn chat, in the world. Spiritually trying to progress to the next level. Fall back, little nigga. Your health is wealth. Nigga, I'm the healer, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga, weed is an alkaloid herb, period. Go eat you some flesh and blood, young man. Go eat you some flesh and blood, young man. Go cook that Passover lamb. Talking about you shit when you really the son of Ham. So let me put some battle balls on your monkey ass. No, I'm just fucking with you though. You know what I mean? It's tough love over here though. You know what I mean? It's tough love over here. Real talk. And you could always come and we could debate this information, nigga. Bring up your Bible like Cal P say. Debate Cal P, nigga. I'm chopping y'all niggas up. Y'all niggas lightweight. Y'all ain't getting no fucking wins over here from Selah Shalom at all. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to your Bible. You know what I mean? Even in your Bible, it says the herbs was for the healings of the nations, nigga. The native Indians smoked the peace pipe, nigga. Before Columbus, before the African slaves, the native Indians were smoking the peace pipe. Marijuana grows in this country. See that? So with any form of habit, even in the Oahspe, it says when the man was eating flesh, the spirits was right there, feasting on the atmospheric parts of the flesh. Huh? Or you think you're gonna escape it because you don't smoke? Nigga, your diet attracts spirits, nigga. That's why I said y'all niggas don't want to get in the ring with me. I'll cut your ass up. I'll show and prove. That nigga, you just as guilty as me, beloved. What's up, babe? Oh. Yeah, debate Cal P though. What's his name? Malik? Debate Cal P. Cause I know you don't want to work over here. Two niggas done barked up this tree and they got to looking like a goddamn fool. Cause they thought they was ready and they wasn't. Niggas had 2 weeks to study and they came on there looking like they put together their PowerPoint that night. It's easy to talk. It's easy to talk. Let me see you go 3 15-minute rounds defending your doctrine. Let me see you go 3 15-minute rounds defending your doctrine. Let me see you do that. I'll take all the smoke. Doesn't the Oahspe reference the Bible? Don't worry about the Oahspe. Worry about the Bible. Because that's what you're going to have to defend. We got the Oahspe. Don't worry about that. The Oahspe referenced the goddamn God that created your Bible. How about that? Let's speak on that. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, nigga. Let's speak on that right there. Let's go there. Huh, Ak? Huh, brother? Brother Malik? In the beginning, God. God is an angel. You worshiping an angel, beloved. Explain that. But if you want that smoke, set up Cal P. Cal P versus Ak. Malachi Maccabee, set it up. Set it up. If he's serious, let's set it up. See, we don't just talk shit here. We set it up. Soon as you open your mouth and say you're going to take the debate, nigga, we on your ass. We going to set it up. We're going to create a topic, and we're going to set it up. I know you could defend your doctrine. Just because you could defend your doctrine don't mean you're going to come across and make your point in your defense of your doctrine. The two brothers I debated said the same thing. They know their doctrine. But when it was time to get in the ring, and they had to face an opponent, see, it's easy to shadow. Like, even me, I'm shadow boxing. It's easy to do that. And when somebody comes to you with question and answer, it's a different story. You either gonna goddamn fold or you gonna goddamn stand on your square. And I already showed and proved in 2 debates, nigga. 3 debates, really, that the Oahspe supersedes the Bible with spiritual progression and the understanding of who is God. But we always like debates. We always like opposition because that sharpens the sword. It ain't no love. It's all hate. I mean, it ain't no hate. It's all love. It's all love, yo. We just gonna give you a nice little beating, a nice little disciplining. When it come to chapter and verse, nigga, Oahspe is undefeated. And we stand on that. That's why we say, nigga, battle of the holy books. We'll debate any holy book. It got to be chapter and verse, though. We're not going outside of chapter and verse. Here go the Bible. We're going to debate the holy book, the Bible. The Oahspe. Whatever holy book you stand on, the book of Enoch. The book of coming forth by day and night. The Egyptian book of the dead, nigga. We challenge it all. Chapter and verse. We ain't dealing with older. Because see, now let me cut you with that. How is the Oahspe older than the Bible when it referenced the Israelites? The Kemetic laws, the law, the pyramid text, the whole Ma'at and all that, those laws and stuff like that, the Egyptians' morals and principles, that stood long before Moses came with the Torah. Matter of fact, Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. He was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians. So he left Egypt and just left everything behind. And nah, nigga, that Ark of the Covenant, that chest box, see that relic in Egypt. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. It ain't about old and new. It's about the merit. It's about what's being said in the book. Your book starts off talking about in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Who was around to see that? Nigga, that's theology. That's some made up shit, right? So let's battle the made up shit. Let's battle the theology. That's what we saying. Whether if it's old or new, it don't matter. Nigga, you got the Old Testament and then you got the New Testament. See? Right in your own Bible. You got the old and the new right in your own Bible. So you're trying to play the old and new game, but your own Bible is old and new at the same damn time. At the same damn time. You feel me? He said, don't worry about the Ark, you better worry about your God. Your God got you out there killing infants. When you step into the debate, we raising that question. Would you kill infant? Yeah. Would you kill an infant if your God required it? We holding you niggas accountable for all that shit. Your God is in here in the book of Leviticus. Y'all niggas is sprinkling blood on the altar. What y'all doing playing with blood? What y'all playing with? Sprinkling blood? Let's get that. Leviticus 17. Oh, he done opened a can of worms. Leviticus 17. This is the laws concerning the location of sacrifice. It says, verse 6. And the priest shall sprinkle the blood on the altar of the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savior unto the Lord. Nigga, y'all niggas is playing with blood. That's witchcraft, nigga. That's wickedness. Where y'all getting this blood to play with from? You gotta kill an animal to play with blood. Voodoo in Haiti, when they do their sacrifices and their rituals, they cut a goat or they cut a chicken. They spill the blood. They sprinkle the blood. Y'all niggas was doing the exact same thing in Leviticus, sprinkling the blood on the altar. Y'all want to talk about witchcraft and warlock and all that shit? Y'all niggas was practicing that shit right there in the book of Leviticus. And your Lord was with it because he enjoyed the sweet savior of burnt fat. You know, you usually throw away the fat of the meat. You don't eat the fat, you eat the meat, but not the fat. You throw away the fat. Your Lord is taking the fat as a burnt offering. You niggas got no legs to stand on if you step in the ring and believe in that shit. When in the Oahspe, the creator says no flesh and blood shall be eaten, because flesh and blood creates impurities in the temple. It creates worms and rottenness in the body, making the temple into a tomb. You know what I'm saying? We clear on that in the Oahspe, but you got to defend this goddamn God telling y'all niggas to sprinkle blood. Huh? And then y'all niggas was worshiping the devils. Let's get that. You want to talk? You really want to step in the debate with this hanging over your head, beloved? With the Q&A and question and answer behind that comes with this? And they shall no more, verse 7, chapter 17, verse 7. And they shall no more offer their sacrifice unto devils? Huh? After whom they have gone a whore? You really want to go there with this hanging over your head? Y'all want to play with the white and little people concept with this though hanging over your head? Y'all was worshiping to devils at one time. This is the book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus is during the time when Moses was in the wilderness, when they was carrying the ark in the portable temple. So we talking at least the 13th, 14th century. We talking the 15th century, because the Exodus was 1546 BC. So we talking 15th century coming on down to the 14th century, right? Y'all niggas was practicing goddamn witchcraft in the wilderness. Even Amos brought that out. Amos, when he said y'all offered unto Moloch. Huh? Y'all offered y'all children. Huh? Not only were y'all worshiping false gods, practicing these things in the ways of the false gods, but your God himself is false. I don't want to play this game. Like you say, Cal P, easy work. Exactly, yeah. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen in this motherfucker, yo. Anybody who gets more knowledge in the Oahspe over the span of time and years is gonna, you know what I mean, all be on the same place. Like it's another cat named Rick in the Oahspe group. I mean, on Facebook. He older than all of us. He a white dude. This nigga sharp as a motherfucker. He'll cut niggas up in the Oahspe. He sharp as a motherfucker. He older than all of us. See that? So it's ranks to this shit. You know what I mean? I'm the coldest in what I do. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm strategic. I know how to debate. I know how to, you know what I mean, put things together well. You see how I displayed that goddamn first round in the goddamn debate with Dawood? He ain't even had no comeback after that shit. The only bullshit they can say, oh, you know, he speaks good and make it sound good. That's the same thing Caleb said. Yeah, man, the brother speaks well. No, it's not that, nigga. I strategize. Because I'm moving with the creator, and the creator gave us so many strategies to play with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing with a couple of strategies in the Bible, nigga. We playing with an endless amount of ammo in the goddamn Bible. I mean, in the Oahspe. It's against the creator to eat animals and kill them. Yes, that's right, Shebrew. But in the Bible, they sprinkling blood on the altar. They sprinkling blood and playing with organs and body parts of dead animals. That's what they doing. And niggas is defending this. That shit is wild, yo. And see, the crazy thing is when you ain't got nothing to challenge it, you just believe it hook, line, and sinker because you ain't got nothing else. So you just think that this is what it's supposed to be. This shit is wild, yo. And then it says, and whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or the stranger that sojourn among you, that eat any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eat blood, and will cut him off from amongst his people. So they talking about eating blood. So you got eating blood, sprinkling blood, offering fat as a burnt offering. Y'all had to stop worshiping the devils because y'all was whoring the devils. Man, all that's hanging over your head, Israel. I'm like, God damn. What type of God y'all following? Y'all want to talk about the Oahspe is goddamn demonic and witchcraft, nigga? We got evidence of you niggas practicing these things in the Bible. God damn, even John Newbro wasn't doing that shit. I could see if John Newbro was doing all that type of demonic activities, I'd be like, yeah, the nigga was in some wild shit. No, you know, the Oahspe's hot though, but the nigga was in some wild... Nigga wasn't into none of that shit. Nigga was a 33rd degree Mason. Fuck. Ain't that's like school, nigga. You just gaining degrees. When the angels came to him, they told him to stop eating meat. Ain't nothing wrong with that, nigga. He got healthier. How was that a bad thing? And then when the angels came back to him, they said, nigga, get a typewriter and rest your hand on the keys and we gonna write. We gonna do the rest. And he did that. Where is the evil in that? He ain't go out there and slay nobody, and the angels ain't come to him and say, yo, get a typewriter and start bashing the skulls of babies? And then take the blood of the babies and sprinkle it on the typewriter? The angels ain't say no shit like that. They say, yo, nigga, get the typewriter, lay your hands on it, we gonna do the rest. And after what is written, publish it. It's gonna be called Oahspe. Publish it after it's written. And that's what he did. So when he published it, he was a victim in the circumstances of his own writings. He had to read this shit like we reading it. He had to figure this shit out like we figured it from his ass. So it's like you writing a book like this through automatic writing, and then you reading this shit back like, damn. If I produce some shit like this, nigga, you want to try to make the connection again and see what else you could produce. So you ain't got shit on the Oahspe when it comes to that. At all. You laughing, Browns? That's real though, yo. That's real though. Are you serious?